What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing today? Welcome. I'm Chief Running Mouth.
And I'm Captain Jenne.
And today we're talking about structure. We're talking about, well, me. Today I invited Jen on to be in a vlog about me. No.
Wait, he invited me to be in a vlog on my own channel? What?
About me. No. No, actually it's really about her, honestly. Today we're going to talk about the fact that I have suffered from something my entire life. It's called laziness. Well, it's not entirely laziness. It's a combination of ADHD to being a type B, as we've discovered that I am very much.
He's such a type B personality. He's so chill.
Yeah, I have. It used to drive my dad.
He has no sense of urgency whatsoever.
It used to drive my dad nuts because we need to get this done. I'm like, okay. So I would just walk and just get it done. And he's like, can you have urgency? And it's just, to me, it was just like, all right. But one of the things that I've learned over the years is that I have so many ideas and ambitions and so much stuff that I want to get done, but I lose drive. I lose the attention on it, and I lose focus. And it's not because I'm not interested in it or I don't want to do it. It's just my mind just like, yeah. All this stuff, yeah. And then all of a sudden it's like, I really like that carpet over there. We should enjoy that carpet. Let's go focus on that carpet. What if we got new carpet in the house? You know, what would we have? What would I want? Berber? You know, this is how my mind has always worked my entire life.
First of all, nobody on this planet actually wants Berber carpet. I've mentioned that I wanted it for the living room only as a sound absorbing yet still not too plush kind of option. So don't think that he has that bad of taste in carpet, okay?
Berber carpet is only there if you have kids to keep it.
Or if you need a sound absorbing material that your tap floor won't sink into. Mm-hmm. So.
Hi, T'Challa. But no, so basically I'm kind of trying to describe how my head works. And one of the things that I've always wanted to do is, well, I mean everything, but I love boy. This is a rare thing. You guys get to see T'Challa. He knows we're having a serious conversation, so he's like, "Oh, I'll come."
Well, let me go interrupt this serious conversation.
But,
it was worth it to do the video just so that you guys could see T'Challa.
But hi, baby. But
that's a good boy.
It sucks. It really does, because I want to do so much stuff and I want to accomplish so much stuff in my life, and I'm a big. I'll do it soon. Yeah,
he's a procrastinator.
And I don't want to be, but it's just in my nature. And no matter how many times I sit there and I talk with her and I'm like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to make this happen. I'm gung-ho for a little bit, and then all of a sudden my mind changes me. And again, it's not something that I have any control over. I'm trying. But one of the things that has been amazing over the past couple years, honestly, has been her. And
sorry, I'm very distracted. T'Challa's trying to get behind this thing, and I have no idea why.
He's eating dust.
Oh, good. That's great.
That's our cat.
That's our cat.
But
he's so smart.
She's been one of the greatest, I want to say, advantages in my life. She's helped me move forward so much. And, you know, she introduced lists to me. Again, it's something I had to do as a kid. And
you can only introduce something so many times, though, before you just give up. I have explained to him how useful lists are so many times, and every time you made a list, you were very productive. Every single time. But can he make a list without me saying, hey, you should make a list?
Nope.
This isn't a call-out video, though. I'm pretty sure I'm here to tell you my secrets for how to stay organized when you can't.
And that's been the whole thing, is organization. In my head, I truly believe that I can do all this, that I can handle this on my own without anybody, without anything.
What's with I don't need lists in order to be productive? Like, why are lists so bad? Why are you so anti this thing that's like, that keeps me on track?
And that's the funny part, is I'm not. I think it's a good idea. It's just doing it. You know, it's just...
Yeah, writing one word down. For somebody that'll sit and draw for 6 hours, writing one word down is like the hardest thing. And
I have no idea how to explain why it's so weird that my mind is just like, no, it's fine. You'll be able to handle it. You don't need it.
I don't think it's I actually think it's you think you don't want to rely on it. You like are anti-list because you don't, I don't know why you think it's like a crutch or something, but it's not. So I guess I'm here to give you like tips on how to stay organized. First of all, if somebody gives you good advice, don't just ignore it because you feel like you're better than it.
It is such a useful tool. And like you said, every time that I've actually done a list, I get it done.
Every single time. I'm like, make a list of all the stuff you need to do today. He makes a list and all of it gets done. If he doesn't make that list, what happens? Literally none of it. None of it gets done.
I'm gonna need Jen to plug her ears on this one because this is something that she said, and I was like, "That's weird. There's no way that it's satisfying every time." I can
still hear him.
Every time that you cross something off on a list, she's like, "It's so satisfying," and I was like, "Okay." And then I started doing it, and I was like, "This is really satisfying," because you start saying,
"Isn't it though?"
No, you're not supposed to be listening.
I can hear you.
But no, that's such a big and powerful tool, and I just need to learn to utilize it properly.
You don't need, you know how there's those people that do like the beautiful looking planners, and they do like almost artsy looking stuff. I guess it's called block planning or something. I don't know.
There's multiple forms of list making. Dude,
don't go there.
I don't need that in my life.
There's people that do like block planning. There's people that do like, I don't know. Their planners look intense and very artsy and very organized, but to me it's like a chaos type of organization. You don't need to get that fancy with that. You don't even need a nice planner. I have a hilarious planner. I can't show it on this channel because it involves words that I don't say on this channel, but it's very funny. Get yourself a planner that you want to use. One that's like themed to something that you really enjoy. Like if you like Game of Thrones, get a Game of Thrones theme planner. Or you like Batman, get a Batman theme planner. I did get you one of those, and it's still, you never used it. You didn't even crack it open once. Maybe to look at it like, oh yeah, this is cool, thanks. But you don't even need to go that far. Get a little yellow notepad. Get a piece of paper. And just don't lose that piece of paper today. That's it. Just get a piece of paper and write down the list of things that you need to do. You don't need to be one of those crazy planner people. I used to be. I used to write every single thing that I had to do every day at what time I had to write it. Like, oh, I go to work at this time and I do this at this time. I used to be that person. And then I kind of just wanted to simplify my life and just write a list of the things that I need to get done. So I have my planner. It's open to today. It's the 18th. We're filming this on the 18th. And I go, okay, run. Work for my day job, because that involves a lot of stuff. Edit a video. Film a video. Edit that video. Upload all my videos. And then I write literally every single thing that I have to do. Notice the first thing I wrote was run, because I'm like that, but that's fine. I actually put it in my planner to make sure that I work out. And I put it in my planner to make sure that it's just a list of things I need to get done. It is not beautiful. It is not super organized. It is just a list. And you don't need to be a planner type person to get the benefits of doing that. And that's what I keep trying to tell him. Every time you've made a list, you got it all done.
And so definitely I definitely agree that whenever I do have a list, it does help me a lot. And it's just finding the
motivation
to do one.
But I don't understand that. That you shouldn't need motivation to write down the things that you need to do. You just write them down. It takes 2 seconds to write that. He drives me crazy. Can you tell? This is like the one thing about him that drives me absolutely crazy, because you are just getting in your own way. He's so talented and he gets in his own way all the time. And maybe you guys do too, which is why don't take my frustration at you. It's basically just at him, because he's always like, yeah, what a good idea. And I'm like, yeah, thanks for not listening.
Not only am I as type B, I'm hard-headed as can be. So it's just me. And
that's the earth sign part of you. That's the Virgo right there going like, yeah, what a great idea. I'm still going to do it my way, but sure.
But the second thing is I've also always tried to make sure that I'm working on projects in the open to where I can still be around everybody. So I can still be not sociable, but just be with everybody.
Yeah.
And so that way, you know, if I'm working at like the dining room table, Jen is diagonal from me, and you know, the couch and the TV and everything is over here. The best thing about that is I get to see everything that's going on in my house. The worst thing about that, I get to see everything that's going on, which causes me to lose focus.
Yes.
Or it's quick to, if she can see me and she goes, hey, have you seen this? Or did you see that you did this? And like, you know, showing me like stuff that I was working on. If someone commented or something, I get up and I go look.
And then he's distracted.
I'm gone.
It's over. It's just over at that point.
And one of the greatest gifts that were given to me over the past week or so is we have an extra bedroom that has mostly been an office for mostly her, because again, we've just learned that Sean doesn't know how to work in the office.
Hold on, before we finish this story, speaking of great gifts, I'm going to give T'Challa a really fantastic gift and let him out of this room because he is crying right now. So BRB, hold on. Okay, so now that we've taken care of that, what were you saying?
One of the greatest things that she's given me, and let's just say physically, because the amount of support and understanding that she's given me over the years has been incredible. Because a lot of people, and I know it's hard at times for you to give me this like understanding of what's going on in my head, because your head is not the same. We
are very different people.
But the thing is that she'll listen to me, and that's been a huge thing that I've been missing in my life. Is if I couldn't figure something out, not because I don't understand it, but just because my mind is all over the place and I can't focus, and I'm pretty much just, my mind is just on a million things, but I know I need to focus on one and I can't figure out why I can't. She would sit down and go, okay, tell me what's going on. What are we working on? What's the matter? Well, and I would explain to her like that. But I've never had someone support me like that in my life. I've never had someone listen to me. And I think that is a huge benefit.
I think that's just an important thing in a friendship. Never mind what we are. That's just an important thing to do in a friendship. If your friend is like struggling with something, you listen. Yeah. And I do this thing for him where you know those like before you write a paper, how you do like brainstorming things and you write a bunch of words all over the paper? That's his brain. When it gets really chaotic, I sit down and say, okay, what is it you're trying to do? And basically he just word vomits all of those words that he was writing. And I say, okay, now let's organize it.
You should like group them together as they
and it's a metaphor, but you know what I mean? Like he gives me, I need this and this and this and this. I'm like, okay, do you want solutions or do you want to complain? That's always my first question. I'm like, do you want a solution or do you want to just complain about it?
Can I say how amazing that is? Because sometimes when you're complaining about something, you don't want a solution.
You just want to complain. You don't want a solution.
You want to know. You don't want to know why your Coke was flat or your Mountain Dew was warm. You just want to complain that it was flat and warm.
Yeah, you don't want to hear it like, well, if you don't want it to be flat and warm, make sure you put it in the fridge before you take it, like before you drink it. Like, why? But like, sometimes you don't want to hear that.
And in your head, you're like, I know it's the simplest way to make sure it's not flat and warm, but
I'm mad about it.
Yeah. And that's life. And there's going to be times where you have to, like you said, you have to either be the stupid flat soda, or
sometimes you just need a cheerleader, and sometimes you need somebody to come in and fix it. Like,
what if we took a bag of ice and put it in a styrofoam thing and put the Coke in there? Wouldn't that be amazing?
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's basically what I do is when he has these issues, I go, okay, once he tells me he wants a solution, I then take all these crazy thoughts and all of the stuff that's making you not able to focus, and I streamline it. And that's why a type B and a type A do really well together as friends, as significant others, as anything. Coworkers, a type B and a type A, they will frustrate the heck out of each other too. But at the same time, they're really, really complementary. So, I know you were trying to say what I did with the office.
We do have an office, and originally when we moved in, it started off as both of our offices, so that way we both could work in there and get things done. And as we learned, Sean can't focus and just sit in one spot because he goes into the thing. And over time, I just kind of migrated out of the office into everywhere. And
getting all this stuff everywhere,
which is great because I'm organized.
Oh yeah,
but
you should see our dining table.
Actually, only part
that's pretty bad right now. Yeah. It's got anime deathmatch research all over it.
But over the past week, she knew that I've been struggling a lot, and I've got a lot of things going on, and I'm going to be starting a new job soon, and that's work from home. And she spent almost her entire day setting up this office for me. The office that technically was hers.
It's my desk.
Yeah,
I miss my desk already. My drum set's in there.
She set it up so that way I could have a place, so that way I could focus and I could be the best that I could. She set up my dry erase board that has the calendar on it, so that way I can write down and organize.
Because if you can't force him to have a planner, you can at least put a dry erase calendar in front of his face and pre-fill it out. He's not going to write on it. I already pre-filled it out. I said it's make stuff Monday and get stuff done Thursday, which we'll talk about.
Yeah. And then she has like all my drawing stuff and my markers and paints all in the area. And she has everything set up for me, so that way I don't have to be sitting down and going, oh man, I don't have this. Let me go find it. And then find
get
something
distracted.
else and get distracted and not get stuff done.
Yeah.
And
the hardest part was figuring out how to plug in your freaking tablet. Like, the cord doesn't reach, and I was like, what side do you like it on? And there was no way to ask that without kind of giving it away. But
she put up some of my art that I've done, some of my photos and editing and stuff. She put them up in the room just to kind of show me that what I can accomplish when I try and when I focus.
I think it's really important. So this is tip number 2. It's really, okay, tip number 1 was make a list. Tip number 2 is make sure that you have a space that you can be creative in. Make sure that you have a space that you can be focused in. If it's for work, make sure you can be focused and also creative, because work has always a creative component to it. It doesn't matter if you're just doing customer service calls or if you're making art. There's a creative component to it, because sometimes you need a creative way of not saying what you really think to the customer. So having a creative space is good, but also just like having a space that reminds you of why you're doing what you're doing. I put his art up because he's making art in there as well as going to be working. But like, if you were going to set up my office, you would probably put stuff that has like stuff to do with my day job, I guess, but like also music, which is also my day job, you know?
Stuff that would inspire you or just fill you with what you're wanting to do.
Yeah.
If you were like, if we set up your area to work, your office, and we put it with like random cartoon things, that's not what your work is. That's not what you're focused on.
Kind of. I do have to decorate my office with very generic things because I do end up on camera with the kids sometimes. So I need there to be a very generic thing behind me. But like on my desk, I have little things that remind me of what I do. And yeah, I'm literally looking at my desk right now because he got the entire office where you can shut the door. My little nook is now in the bedroom. So.
And that was something we did a couple days later after she, made this incredible space for her. We took the time to organize a space for her.
Yeah.
Now,
a much smaller space.
I was like, okay, this is what's going to happen. You're going to organize. I'll just move everything.
Yeah, he moved all the furniture. So.
What would happen if I organized it?
I wouldn't know where anything is because you're a freaking Virgo.
But I would know where everything is.
You would know where everything is.
And she'd be like, why did you put that next to that? Well, I just figured the color-wise and angles and color.
No.
But no, it was such an incredible gift. And it's one of those things where you might not think that something is such a powerful message to you, but it really was. And like I said, the fact is that I've never, aside from my mom, because if my mom sees this, she's gonna like yell at me if I say that. She'd never supported me, but
your mom always supported you. Your whole family supported you.
Yeah, but outside of them, you were the first person to understand me. You're the first person to actually listen to me and not just assume I'm lazy.
I've known lazy people. Lazy people don't start a bunch of projects and never finish them. Unfocused people start a bunch of projects and don't finish them. Lazy people make up any excuse not to start. They make up any excuse not to work. You never make up an excuse not to work. You just forget. And so there's a big difference. And if you were lazy, I would have called you out on that too. I would have said, well, you can't want these things and not do them. In fact, I think I have said that to you. You can't want this and not do it. So if we're going to number these things, tip number 1 was make a list, and tip number 2 is have a organized space. Tip number 3 is if you want something, you have to actually do it.
You have to figure out what it is about you that A, wants that thing, B, what you have to do to make it or get it to go, and C, understand, like you said, what you need. Because I want to do art. That's great. Guess what? What kind?
You need to understand the specifics, but you also needed to understand what you needed. You needed to understand yourself and what you needed to get it done. Which kind of brings me to tip number 4. I don't know why we're numbering it now, but whatever. Tip number 4, scheduling. So again, you don't have to be a crazy planner person, okay? And nothing against crazy planner people. I love you. You are my idol. But
I'm scared of you.
Like, I wanted to simplify the way that I do things, so I just make lists. But some people, they plan everything out. You don't need to plan everything out in order to have a structured set of time to accomplish the things that you want to accomplish. He was upset a few days ago because he was like, I'm never going to do anything. I never have time to do anything. I haven't made my own art in forever. I have all these projects that aren't getting done. What am I going to do? And I was like, calm down, have a snack. Let's talk about this. And I said, okay, so Monday night I work late. Thursday night I work late. So you're home by yourself when you get home. Cool, right? Guess what? Monday night you're going to do art. Just whatever you want. Whatever your art is, make art. Nothing that you have to do for anyone else. You're not allowed to do anything that you have to do for anything else on the night that you choose to do that. Thursday, you're going to finish projects that you owe to other people. Every Thursday. And just saying that Monday is art night and Thursday is work night. That was a huge change for you. So far, you practiced drawing on Monday for hours, and you have to practice. You absolutely have to practice. And then, and
I realized
so that
how
was
rusty I was.
And so that was really, really good. Yesterday, I get home and I was like, yeah, well, I'm going to take a shower. So when you're done working, I'll just, see you later. And he goes, so I already did this, 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 and this. And I was like, in an hour? But he had the structured time. So he was in there, he sat down, he focused, because this is the night that he does that. And this came from, I was like, well, I don't understand. You always go to work on time and you're so focused at work. You always went to class and you were focused at class. Oh, you need a scheduled time. You need to know when you're scheduled to clock in and clock out. Some people just need that. And, it says a lot that you were in the military, too, because they told you, 0800, be here. Although it's probably more like 0500, but that's fine.
But that was, again, that comes down to having a support team or someone who supports you that can realize or can understand that. Because, again, to me, it's like, why would I need a structured time? That's stupid. I should just be able to do it and just get it done.
But I don't understand that I should just be able to. Yeah, well, I should just be able to make myself do sit-ups, and I can't unless an app goes, by the way, it's sit-up time, and I go, oh, I
You're like, skip app.
Yeah, right? I'm like, not today.
No, but it's such a game changer, these ideas that she's incorporated into what my psyche was just like, I can't do it. I might as well not. I can't do it. And what's the worst part is when you get into that mindset, you don't get anything done. So then you get more behind, you get less done, and you're just a vicious circle. Yeah. And I was finding myself just spiraling down, and everything was stacking on top of me because I kept saying, yeah, I can get that done, and then not getting it done. Yeah. And I got so much done yesterday that I feel really good at what I was able to accomplish.
It's such a good feeling when you cross things off a list, when you sit down in a space that makes sense to you and inspires you, when you understand the things that you need, and when you get it done. It's such a good feeling. And so if I can just give you guys some of these tips, this was a long-winded explanation. Maybe we'll do like a shortened version of this video and just give you like a top 5 tips or something to staying organized. But I think he just really wanted to be candid today and tell you what's been going on with him, because I know that there's a lot of our friends that are like, hey, so you still owe us these 1,000 things. He has trouble focusing.
And I promise it's not that I don't want to do these
He really
things.
wants to do it. He just, I don't know if any of you guys also suffer from ADHD, but, and I don't mean to use the word suffer. That seems like a terrible word, but like deal with ADHD if you have to handle it on a daily basis. I don't, so I don't understand it, but as a teacher, I'm very empathetic for it, or toward it.
But the best thing is that she's never once made it seem like it wasn't a real thing or that I was just making stuff up or anything. And I know a lot of people in your life will make you feel like it's
You don't have
not
ADHD.
real.
That's not real. You're just lazy.
Yeah.
You just can't focus. Wait, yes, I know.
Yes. Trust me.
It's called ADHD.
And as they're telling you that you can't focus, you're over here thinking about everything else, and you're like, man, I wonder what color wall I can make this wall.
And to figure it out that that's what you have when you're an adult, like it's a tough road to navigate, but you're doing well. You're doing well with it. But the thing is, the most important thing is to seek out help. Whether you ask a friend for, hey, can you organize this for me? Or you go on YouTube and look up a video about like somebody talking about their experience, which is why we're doing this. Their experience with like, I can't focus, but here's how I fixed it. That's seeking help. You don't have to tell anybody you did that. That's just seeking help. Some people don't like to ask for it. That's fine. Or asking people. Sorry, I'm really distracted today.
You don't know.
We're doing a video about ADHD and I'm distracted today.
You also don't know that your friend, your cousin, your mom, your somebody may be suffering from it too.
You have no idea.
And they don't know how to tell anybody or how to look for help. And I didn't know how to tell people that's what I had or that's what was going on.
And you're okay with telling people that.
Yeah. Because I understand that when I didn't know, my world was horrible in my head. Because it's just a constant downward spiral because you just think something's wrong with you and you're lazy and you're not going to do anything.
He would constantly just be like, why am I like this? Why can't I be like a normal person? Like, why am I? He had no idea. And I think a friend of yours suggested that you might have ADHD. And then we were like,
and we did research on it because we weren't going to be like, oh yeah, that's what I have. No.
Yeah, we did a lot of research on it.
I've watched a lot of videos, read a lot of information about ADHD and what the signs are and what the actual thing is. Because everyone's like, oh, that just means you're hyper. No, not always. No. Normally in small children, they're hyper because that's how their body reacts to the inability to focus.
And he's pretty hyper, though. His energy levels are extremely high, but...
I have like high energy levels, but I am the most laid back person.
Yeah. So I think maybe later today, we'll film a structured video about like tips on organization and stuff. But I really like this being just, we honestly filmed this in a very Sean kind of way where we just kind of went like, he's just going to start. And we have no idea where we're going with it.
I literally was like, I gave her the just general premise, and she was like, okay.
Okay.
And then we sat down and we hit record, and that's what you've seen on camera. Yep. There has been no
planning. This is a very Sean video. No planning at all, but it's fine.
That's why she's so distracted.
That's why I'm so distracted.
There's no structure.
No, I was also literally in the middle of this. I was reading texts because I got texts from phone numbers, and I'm like, are these important for work? Are these important for work? And then I realized it's the band, and I'm like, oh, okay, it's fine.
It's funny. One of the videos way back in the day when you got a text, if you watch the video, my head goes.
Yeah, right.
Because I'm reading
it.
But no, I don't know how to thank you enough for everything that you've done for me and with me. All the understanding, all the inspiration, all the motivation, all the hard talks that we've had to have about me.
I think I know a great way for you to thank me for that. What did you do last night? Like, what did you get done? List the things that you got done.
I got a rhythm theory video lined up. I finished working on one of the backtracks for one of the songs that you wanted. I started on another. What else did I do? Oh, God. The focus, the ADHD.
It's okay. Those are all things for me. So that's how you've thanked me. So thank you for all of that.
But it's been a rough journey in my life dealing with this because I never knew and I never understood it. And for the first time in my life, I feel like I have a plan. or that I have the ability to have a plan.
Planner.
You just had to ruin
I
it.
did.
Had to
No,
ruin
it was too sweet. You were gonna cry.
But, no, it's
No.
one of the greatest feelings to know that my best friend is there for me.
I'm just gonna be real. That's what a best friend does. That is what a partner does. That is, and I don't mean to be like judgy, and I'm not trying to, but that is what a partner does. I think both of us have had to deal with people in our lives that were competing with us rather than supporting us, or that were brushing us off rather than being there when we needed them the most, or using us, or, you know, just expecting us to be a certain way without accepting us for what we are. You know, this is what you are. I can't make you like me. I mean, I can make you like me, but I can't make you the same kind of person as me. You are never going to make a list on your own. I have to start them for you. I know this. You are never going to notice when something is not organized. As long as you know where those things are,
To me,
you don't
it's
care that it's not organized
because
to you.
I've
You've already
identified,
cataloged it.
Yeah, I've cataloged where it's at, and I know where it is.
And then I organize it, and then you can't find it. I know that you're not going to do this. I know this about you, and I accept you for it. But you have to accept the fact that some days I'm going to be like, hey, don't forget this, this, and this.
And that helps.
And some days I'm going to wake up, and you're going to want to chill, and I'm going to be like, no, it's been 6 days since we filmed stuff. Put some clothes on. We're going to put a shirt on that you want to be on the video. I'll go do my hair. Oh, T'Challa was in the video twice.
Yeah.
Oh.
But no, it's been an absolute, like you were saying about like previous people and things like that.
Yeah.
You really do realize, once you realize how you're feeling or what's going on in your head or what causes it, you do realize how much you've been used or how people have used that to their advantage.
Sorry.
You know what I mean? Like, people have used that to their advantage because they're like, oh, well, he's not remembering or not focusing, so I can get him to do stuff for me instead of working on his projects.
Well,
And I've had that in my past.
don't tell me I've done that.
No, because you've always, this is the funny part about this. Literally, sorry, distraction just came in. We just changed my watch face. It's a Game Boy. Sorry. I saw it light up and I was like, "Ruh."
This is a very ADHD video.
But one of the things about Jen is no matter what projects I have had to work on for her, she always goes, okay, so I need this and this. What are you working on for you? Every time it's always been, this is what I need, but what are you working on for you? It's never been I don't care what you need to do. I don't care about that.
I might have said that when he was like 6 weeks late on a project. I might have been like, no. I don't care what you have due for class tomorrow. This was due for me last week, and I have to answer to people for this. So
but that's the difference, is because I was behind, and that's when, the boss
I just wanted
came
to be honest, okay?
That's when the boss came in.
Yeah, because I'm his boss in noise complaint, so I'm just like, hey, no.
But that's the thing, is that but any of the personal stuff for you, like backtracks or videos or anything for you, you've never gone, all right, well, I need this. Give it to me now. You've never done that. It's always been hey, don't forget that we talked about that we want to do this, and this. But also, what are you going to be working on this week for your art, for your projects, and what do you want to get done? It's always been a 50-50. It's never been a all me, not you. And that's one of the greatest feelings, because I have had people in the past that have done that. Sorry,
No, it's okay. For me, I have somebody that finally supports me rather than competes with me in my life, which is great. And you're not the only person that's ever supported me. My previous marriage, Dave was extremely supportive. So I do want to put that out there, because I don't want people to think that when I say negative things about like previous people, I'm talking about him. I am rarely ever talking about him. So. Oh
yeah, we both have had people in our past that have been great, and there's also people in their past that are like, I'm not going to say bad words today.
So no, because some of you guys know Dave, and he was probably the most supportive person that anybody could have ever had in their lives. So I just wanted to make sure that people weren't thinking I was talking about him, because he's so supportive. Anyway, moving on.
But no, overall, the fact is that the moral of this story is there something wrong with me? Yes. But is it wrong?
No.
No.
Is there something that works differently in you? And here's the teacher in me. Is there something that works differently in your head than it works in other people's heads? Yes. And part of that has a label, and it is attention deficit hyperactivity disorder.
My poor hamster. My hamster's like, I don't know.
No,
which
your
wheel.
hamster has a bunch of wheels, and it just keeps jumping from wheel to wheel. Your brain works differently, and that's something that we learn as teachers, is that a student with a learning disability or a learning differentiation, I prefer that word, a learning differentiation, they're just different. They're not wrong. They're not bad. They're just different, and you have to approach them differently. I cannot expect you to do what I do because I am a type A, extremely organized person, and I don't have ADHD. I've never understood what it is like to have ADHD, but as a teacher and just a human being, I can empathize and understand you. So I just think that we all just need to not make these vlogs so long, first of all, and second of all, we just need to understand each other better. And if I can do that by giving you an organized office, organized your way, because it's definitely, everything is where he can see it. I like to put things away. Everything is where he can see it. If I can give you an organized space, if I can remind you how to make lists or remind you to make a list, if I can schedule your time and say, okay, Mondays, Thursdays, done, and make it that simple. I think that's another thing, and this is going to sound terrible with an ADHD person or with people that have trouble focusing. You have to make the solution very simple. And I don't mean that they can't understand complex things. I just mean if the solution is really complicated, they'll get distracted as they think about the solution. It has to be a point A to point B, very, very simple solution. You want more time to do stuff? Here's your time to do stuff. You can't get distracted on the way to make stuff Monday, get stuff done Thursday. You can't get distracted on the way to that. So coming up with a simple, streamlined solution is extremely important. Anyway, we should probably end this vlog.
Sorry for how long it is. Sorry for the long rant. I just wanted to come on here with Jen and thank her and to tell you guys that if you suffer like I do, it's okay. Just
It really is. It's okay. You can. It's not even suffering. It's just being different. Your brain works differently, and let yourself be different. But also make accommodations for yourself and make sure that the people in your life are making accommodations for you. That's all.
Yeah. But thanks for hanging out with me. This has been awesome.
I don't really have a choice, do I?
No, I kind of was like, sit down. No, but thank you guys for hanging out with us. If you enjoyed this video.
Thanks for going through this long video. It's almost an hour.
I think it's 30 some minutes.
This part's 30 minutes. Remember we stopped to let T'Challa out?
My bad. So... again, out of sight,
We're not editing it. It's just going to be put together and then put online.
So if you enjoyed this vlog or if it helped you at all, hit that thumbs up. We'd really appreciate it. That way we know that you guys are, with us on this journey.
And subscribe to this channel because we're trying to grow this channel.
Let's do 1,000 people. Come on, we need 1,000 people.
I would love 1,000 subscribers on this channel and my music channel. If you didn't know, speaking of ADHD, let me change the subject and tell you about Jenne Jams. But I'm going to do a whole video on that too. But I have a music channel. I'm basically migrating all of my music projects to that. It's just, right now it's tinyurl.com/JenneJams. JenneJams.
When she hits 100 subscribers on that, she can have the youtube.com/JenneJams.
Yeah.
So... make sure you go over there, hit that subscribe button to there, show her some love, like her videos, watch them, listen to the beautiful voice, and have some fun over there. But if you guys if you guys are experiencing ADHD like me, leave a comment below.
Yeah.
Let me know. Let me know that
I'm
not the only crazy person in the world.
Let me know how you get around it and how you handle it in your daily life. So, yeah. All right, we gotta go.
Thanks for watching. You guys have a great day, and stay focused.
Sure. Bye.